Welcome and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you how I make cargo pocket. Starting first, I measured out 6 inches and I marked that, and then I measured 7 inches down and I marked. I came up by half inch, which is where the flap of my pocket is going to sit, and that is measuring 7 inches long, about 1 inch longer than the actual pocket piece. So my pocket piece is going to be 6 inches wide and 7 inches long. So I just made that mark and I kept that aside. So for the actual pocket, I'm going to start with the flap. I have this fabric here. I folded it into two, as you can see, and it's going to measure 8 inches. So the flap, my actual flap is going to be 7 inches. So the extra 1 inch is for sewing allowance. And then the width of this flap is 4 inches. Anywhere between 3.5 to 4 inches is just fine. I use 4 inches here. I cut that out. So on the folded end, I am going to mark half inch down like so, and then I'll mark half inch in like so. I'll do the same thing on this other side as well, half inch down and then half inch in. This is just to give the pocket flap a bit of design. So I'm going to connect that slant on both sides and then I'll cut that out. You can go as high as 0.75 or even 1 inch, but half inch is just fine for me. So I went ahead to cut that out. We're going to go sew this now using half inch like so. And then for the actual pocket piece, this is the right side that is facing us. I marked the wrong side, as you can see. So it is 10 inches long. And then for the width, I'm going to first of all mark 2 inches for 2.5 inches for the pleat. So this cargo pocket is going to have a pleat. So I measured 2.5 inches. And then from that 2.5 inches, I am going to now mark the actual width of the pocket plus half inch. So the pocket is going to be 6 inches wide. Divide by 2, that is 3, plus half inch, making it 3.5. So I marked 3.5 here, as you can see, and then 2.5 inches for the pleat. The pleat can be 2 inches. I just wanted to see how it will look if I make it a little wider. So making sure that my measurements are correct, I'm going ahead to cut like so. Then I'll go sew on that 2.5 inch line. After which, this is what we have for the pocket flap. I'm just cutting off the excess allowance. After which, I would turn to the right side and then use a sharp object. I use the tip of my scissors to push out the corners. So next, now I'll just go iron this smooth so that it's nice and clean. Then for the pocket piece, I've sewn that pleat line down. This is it. Next, we are going to open up that part and place the midpoint on the seam line and iron it as well. After ironing, I will make sure that the width is exactly what I need it to be, and here we have it. I also folded the upper part. Remember, I cut out 10 inches, so we only need 7.5. I'm going to fold the excess at the opening of the pocket. Next, now I'm measuring around the pocket piece. I'm going to get a strip of fabric that is 2.5 inches wide, like so. So next, I went ahead to sew the pocket opening like so, the part that I folded twice, as you can see. After that, this is what we have. Using the strip fabric, the 2.5 inches strip, I'm going to place it half inch away from the top. So from the edge of the pocket, I'll come down by half inch and then place this strip of fabric there. Then from there, I start sewing until I get to this corner. I leave my needle in, turn the fabric around, and then I continue to sew until I get to this other corner, where I would do the same thing. Leave my needle in, turn my fabric, and then keep sewing. Then when I get to this other end, I will also stop half inch before the actual pocket. So I'll just cut the excess of that fabric off. So this is it. After that, I went ahead to notch the corners, just that flap piece, not the pocket. I didn't notch the pocket. So turning back to the right side, we're going to fold around the seam point and then top stitch. Make a very tiny but straight even stitch all around the pocket bag like so. So make sure they are folded together and then sew a very tiny stitch all the way. You do the same thing in the corners, leave the needle in and then turn the pocket and keep sewing. If you're yet to subscribe to our channel, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. Thank you. So the same thing on this corner as well. I leave the needle in, turn it to this other side and fold and sew all the way to the top. You can see how tiny the stitch is. Very tiny. So after that, this is what we have. The cargo is cargoing already, as you can see. So next now I am going to fold the other part, the other half of the strip and sew it on top of the pocket. So remember we came down by half inch before we started sewing that strip, so it's going to start half inch below the beginning of the pocket. So I just make sure I fold the raw edges half inch in and then make another tiny stitch all around the rectangle. Once I get to this corner, I will turn and continue to sew, making sure that I'm folding only about half inch in of that piece, and then we keep sewing and sewing and sewing. Once I get to this other corner, I'll do the same thing, leave my needle in and then turn to continue sewing, and then it's going to naturally just stop half inch before the top of the pocket. After that, on the opening part where the pocket is open, I'm going to place the pocket piece down and sew about 0.75 inches inwards, and then I'll stop. I'll repeat the same thing for this other side. Place it down, then sew down by 0.5 inches and then stop sewing. So the pocket bag is pinned down at the top but open on the down part. So next is time to fix the flap. The half inch point is still there, so I'm just going to place the flap like so and then sew it down nicely, after which I will close it up and then top stitch. Make a very tiny top stitch at the top like so. After that, we are done. Our cargo pocket with pleat is ready. Thank you so much for watching. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Bye.